What's up, everybody? This is the Talking Hat Show 2.0. Onward and upward is our new motto. We're starting things off fresh here, a nice little fresh start for the show. I'm joined by David Lee here at Methodical Picks on Twitter to get his gambling information, and at Methodical on Twitter, I'm Methodical with the three. So M3 and so on and so forth. We're going to get things going here with some NBA playoff talk. We're going to do a little review of what happened leading up to the finals here, and then preview the finals, give our picks, predictions, and some betting info out there for you. Maybe even get into the Wizards towards the end of the show here if we have some time. But let's go ahead and kick things off. I'm going to kick things over to you to get your thoughts on this series first and foremost, and then we can review some of the series leading up to it. So what's going on here? What do you think about this
one? I'm actually leaning towards Golden State. I mean, they have the experience. They have all the experience actually, and then as Celtics, it's Boston's first time I think in the finals with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So I think in the finals, experience plays a key part. Just because Golden State's been here, they've won before, they're comfortable. I'm sure they'll have less nerves than what Boston is experiencing. And I just think just that experience alone will take them over to win.
So, like you said, it is this unit with the Boston Celtics, their first time getting anywhere near this far. And Tatum, towards the end of the season, the second half of the season, I think he finally had that breakout, like Kobe mama mentality type moment, where he finally realized how good he is. Like I've been saying like for years and years that I wish this dude would finally get over the hump. Kind of like Devin Booker. I was saying the same thing about him. Like what's taking him so long to for that switch to flip. Booker still hasn't gotten it yet. Maybe next season he will, but Tatum, there's no doubt about where he is with his game, his mentality. And then I think Jaylen Brown has kind of accepted that role. Maybe not as his Robin, but and I won't even say sidekick, but just like I think the whole team finally realizes, and Tatum himself realizes that this is his team. What are your thoughts on that? And everybody, it looks like everybody's accepting their roles.
Yeah, I mean, Boston is they're a strong team, right? There's a reason they're in the finals with the rookie head coach. They've assembled a pretty good squad. Marcus Smart plays a key role. Al Horford has been there. There's been a resurgence in the playoffs, and
this is as far as he has ever gotten. So he's like, it's awaken him, it's awaken the beast.
And he was balling out too versus in the Milwaukee series too. There's like a stretch.
Giannis talked trash and
when he was just going off. And then I think even that trade to Derek White mid-season, I think that's huge too. This key component off the bench. But in terms of Tatum, he's definitely stepped it up this year. I actually rode his props a lot mid-season when he was on.
I remember
fire.
You telling me that a few times. Yeah.
So post All-Star game, there was a stretch where he was just like, he was scoring like 30 plus points nearly every game, and then it just looks like he's just took his skills to another level this year. I don't know how much of that momentum you could, ride in the finals. It's regular season and playoffs is a different animal, because teams adjust. Steve Kerr will make some adjustments, and this is a championship team that he's facing. So, but the one thing that is in Boston's favor, I think they're one of the best teams in terms of record against Golden State. So, so we'll see. I'm just hoping it's a long series. I'm hoping that it's exciting and it's not a blowout or a sweep. So,
glad you brought that up, because I do kind of see a sweep here. I was going to say just from the experience aspect, but the depth of this Golden State team kind of gets slept on. They are pretty deep, but not only that, they're deep, but they don't have to go deep at all. Like they could go 6. And I think that with Steph and his freaking energy, as long as guys stay healthy, like they can go deep. But then you got guys like Looney. Like Looney's really stepping it up here. Draymond is playing some of his best basketball of the season. Clay is back and looking healthy, not as explosive as before, but when Poole passes him the ball, he knocks down the shots.
Yeah.
Poole, he's kind of a wild card. And I said on a previous show that I think he doesn't really fit what Golden State does. But if you're Steve Kerr, you can't say to a guy like that, I want you to rein it in or change his game at all, because his energy brings so much to the team that if you say anything, it might change his entire game. So he just really brings a lot. And I would not, I know Boston's good. I know they are. I picked them over, once they got past Milwaukee there, I said whoever won that series would get to the finals. So I'm not surprised they're there. I respect them, their coach. I respect Brad Stevens for having the wherewithal and the knowledge to step aside and let somebody else take the reins there. And he, goes into the front office and gets credit there. I respect the team. I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors swept them. It's just they come at you and they don't stop. Even when the names go cold, you still got those bench guys. You can get Otto Porter in there. I don't know if he'll be back. I forget was injured.
I'm not sure if he'll be back.
Right.
I'm not sure
if even if he's not. There's rumors that Gary Payton II is coming back. So you just got waves that keep coming, and it doesn't stop. There's no let up. That's a lot, especially for a young team to deal with. So you say 6 or 7. I want that.
I'm hoping for 6. I'm hoping for 6. Right. Over 5.5 is minus 200 right now.
Oh, nice.
So it's if you think it's going to be a short series, definitely take under that for plus money. I mean, it could be a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see Golden State winning in 5. It's hard to predict a 4-game sweep, but because shooters do get cold for a game or two. So
I think the last sweep in the finals was probably
the Cavs. Warriors Cavs with Durant.
Okay, yeah.
This Golden State team. Look at this team right now. Okay?
When Cleveland was all hurt, right? When those guys were hurt.
Yeah, and they had Durant.
Oh yeah.
But this team plus Durant's first year.
Yeah, but they didn't.
How is that fair? Look, how is it? Tell me how that's fair right now. You're telling me, okay, so for all the people who are saying Durant is like the greatest player. Like, look at this team right now that's in the finals.
Exactly.
Right. This team is already an elite team. And then you add Durant to it. It's just like, that's unfair.
So what does that do to his legacy, though? What does that do to Kevin Durant's legacy?
I mean, I don't know.
You had Harrison Barnes, and they get there before him with Harrison Barnes. They get there with him. And then after him, they get there with Wiggins. So, like, what does it really say about Kevin Durant?
I don't know. It's hard to judge until he carries a team by himself, right?
For the rest of his career, do you think he'll ever even get to the finals again? If you had to predict the rest of his career,
depends on who his teammates are.
I'm putting you on the spot. I want a yes or a no. Is he going to get to the finals again in his career? Not win one, just get there. That's all I'm.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna think. With a player of his caliber, that he'll be able to scout people or scout players to come on his team. I mean, they weren't that far off last year, right? Maybe if Harden didn't get hurt, or if Kyrie didn't get hurt, they could have got past Milwaukee. But
I predicted that before even anybody got hurt that Milwaukee was going to do that. So I don't think so. But
I don't know. But
I'm gonna say yes because I can see him going back to Golden State.
Oh, that'll be.
I can see it getting to that point.
That'll be awful. But I can't give him the same. I can't give him the same respect as him just getting the finals on his own, right?
Yeah.
Like I just that whole saga of him blowing a 3-2 lead to Golden State.
Weren't they 3-1? Wasn't that 3-1? That Golden State OKC series?
I think it was 3-2. Was it 3-1?
I think it was. I'd have to look
that
you're
up,
right.
But I think you're right. They lost, but then it was they lost. They were up 3-1 going back to Golden State, and then they lost that. And then the one they could have won at home. That's when he like kind of choked at the end when I think they were up 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they lost Game 6 at home, and I think that just derailed everything. But
I still think if that team stays together, they get one. I still think that, but
OKC,
yeah,
with Russell,
yeah, and even Harden. I mean,
they were close.
Yeah,
they were close.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Clay caught fire at the end, and that's the reason they lost.
Yeah.
Game 6. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that whole situation, I couldn't give, like, all the Durant fanboys are saying he's a 2-time champion, but then the way he won, it's
exactly.
Like, he joined that
asterisk. Team. There's an asterisk on those 2 rings.
That team is already in the finals. That team's won this finals. That team's in the finals right now. It's like,
yeah. And that team had the greatest record ever, even though they blew the 3-1 lead. They still had the best record in a regular season ever. And he goes to, I mean, I could go on and on about his legacy and all that stuff. I'll give him a little bit. I mean, of a break.
It's not over, but he still has time.
Yeah.
But those two rings, I don't give him a lot of credit for. But yeah, but I think he'll make it to the finals again. I don't know if he can make it with Kyrie, because the way it's like Kyrie and LeBron fits, because LeBron can defer, right? But Durant's more of a scorer too, so I don't know how that dynamic works.
It doesn't, and Kyrie is not reliable, so even the Nets are kind of out on that whole situation. Not want to deal with his emotional ups and downs, and the fact that he's never there, the fact that he refused to get a vaccine to help the team out. They seem to be kind of done with that, and it's too much of an investment to want to go down that road again. Not sure what they'd be looking for as far as trading him or even moving forward, or even getting rid of both of them. I've kind of seen that thrown out there. So I don't.
Durant as well.
Just not even just blowing it up, but I saw some move today where, like, some scenario where Durant goes to the Heat or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's all kinds of stuff.
They screwed up by signing the softest basketball player in the world in Ben Simmons. So
yeah.
So like, that just tells Brooklyn as an organization like what they're doing.
Like those disc issues, you've got that in your back too, don't you?
Yeah.
And
I've had a herniated disc.
And I've got the ones in my neck.
Lower back. I was in
right. Yeah. But we know what that's all about, though. And that's not something you go ahead and operate on unless, like, there's some. First of all, I wouldn't do it, period.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it because there's a chance of things going wrong.
Exactly.
Or your back's not the same. So your back's not the same.
Look at Tiger.
So I took the physical therapy route.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so
because look at Tiger, look at Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. already got his max deal, though. So he's good, but his career is never going to be the same again. I mean, once you go in, it's like you got to keep going. So yeah,
right. but yeah, I don't know. Like Ben Simmons, like what's he gonna do? What does he provide? Like, he could ball out regular season, but playoffs, we've seen we've seen him fold under pressure.
He provides fashionable outfits on the sidelines during games. Yeah, that's about it. But so what other prop bets are you looking at for the finals?
I mean, if you like Warriors, I would go with Steph Curry MVP. I think that's plus money too, but he's the favorite to win it.
Nice.
I'm not, because who else, if you go down the line, right? Who do you think has the best chance? I would say it's Curry.
Yeah.
I don't know if Draymond, it's like maybe Klay Thompson if he catches fire, but
old Klay, I would have said yeah. And that's kind of what held Steph back before. But it's clearly Steph's team now. Like, there's no question anymore as to whose team.
I feel like Klay's still like maybe like a year removed from being how he is, like, or how he used to be. Because like you see it in spurts, but then like, he's still not as sharp as he was pre-injury. So I mean, I would say if you think Warriors are going to win, I would take Steph. I know it's chalky and he's a favorite, but I don't know who else. Wiggins, who else is going to do it? Are they going to play lockdown defense on Tatum? Is that what?
Wiggins could play so well on both ends of the court that he gets some consideration. He's been fairly hot lately.
Yes, yeah. But you're gonna get open looks when you play with Clay and Steph. So, yeah, as long as you knock those down, you know. And then if you look at Boston, I would definitely go with Tatum or Brown if you think they're gonna win, because those are the two main players. And even when Tatum was out, like Jaylen Brown was balling too this year.
Yeah, no question about it. So we've got our finals picks in there. I'm saying I'm sticking with my sweep prediction. I'll give you the flexibility of 6 or 7 there.
I don't think it'll go to 7. I think it'll go to 5 or 6.
All right, good deal. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that little window. This is on the record, by the way.
Okay.
But like I said, we were going to review the playoffs a little bit too. I don't know if you were able to check out the previous series, even Dallas's entire run, and how Jaylen Brown kind of got hot there in the playoffs. He was about a 16 point a game player.
Sorry, you mean Boston's run?
No, Dallas, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, okay, Brunson.
Yeah.
I said Brown, I thought.
Did I say Brown? My bad. It's late here.
It's later over here.
True, but Dallas's run through the playoffs and Jalen Brunson getting hot there. He was about a 16 point a game player during the regular season, and then went nuclear in the playoffs. I mean, it's a contract year too. If you're Dallas, what do you do with that? So Luka is definitely, he needs some help. Outside of even Jalen Brunson, he needs some help. I know Dinwiddie stepped up there late, but outside of that, like even outside of, I'll give you Luka and Brunson on that team. Dinwiddie's too inconsistent right now for me to throw him in the mix. They're going to have him though next season. He's under contract. Brunson is not. Do you bring, like, what kind of money are you looking to throw at him if you want to keep him? And do you keep him in the mix with Luka and try to build around that core?
I mean, the way he played this year, he just took it. I know it's contract year, but when Luka was hurt earlier this year, he was literally averaging 20 and 10.
Dang.
And he was their most consistent player. So I would definitely keep him as an insurance as well, just because, you know, the way Luka plays, I feel like he does get hurt a lot.
Is he a max deal player?
Brunson?
Yeah.
No, he's not a max deal.
Somebody might offer him that. And so if you're Dallas, that's what you got to contend with.
Yeah, well then I would not match a max deal for Brunson, just because in my opinion, max deal players should be all-star players, like all-star caliber.
And you don't think he can get there?
I think he could get there, but we don't know. It's been one season, right? So
I say it is a gamble, but as far as options, and you have to have something around Luka. If you let him go, what do you do then? Do you try to get into these trade markets, say like a Donovan Mitchell or Lillard or even Beal?
Yeah, I would try to explore all options possible. Look at whatever all-star players are available. You know, I don't think Brunson's at that all-star level yet. I would put him in like the same tier, maybe a little below Van Vliet, maybe like around there.
That's high praise. I like Van
Vliet. I know. Yeah. He is high praise. He's like borderline.
I forget. He got a pretty good contract, but I don't think it was a max deal. And so that might be the territory where Brunson's looking at, like a really good deal.
I think he deserves about that much. Mm-hmm. I would classify him in the same tier as like Van Vliet.
That's solid. But, so with free agents, you've got him and Ayton are both going to be on the market. DeAndre Ayton. Out of those two guys, Ayton is 23. Brunson is going to be 20. He's 25 here. If you're building a team and you see those two guys on the free agent market, which one of those guys do you target?
I'm taking Ayton.
Even though it's not a center's game anymore.
Yeah, but he still causes mismatch problems, and then you know, and he could help. He's also more of a factor defensively. I feel like point guards, you could get by with like certain plug and play players. Depends on their role, right? If you don't have like an all-star point guard, but you have Luka, that's the thing. Like you're looking for a guy who could contribute with Luka on the court. So like I don't think spending money on a point guard is the best option, because Luka's going to need the ball in his hands, right? Ain's not going to need the ball in his hands. He could just pick and roll with Luka and then just play off the ball or off the rebounds. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely look at Ayton over Brunson, but I'm not discrediting what Brunson has done this year. I think he deserves whatever money he's going to get, because that's how well he's played. But in terms of Dallas, the team, for team chemistry, I think there'll be better money spent on like either another shooter, or someone who could play off the ball, a big man, because who are their big men right now? Like Kleber.
Yeah, and Kleber, what's his name? The 7'5" dude, Boyan.
He doesn't play though.
No, but he plays every now and then, like a couple minutes a game.
He doesn't really play.
Well, maybe they'll get something out of Bertans next season. Yeah, Finney. Yeah, he's decent. I was gonna say solid, but I'll give him decent.
Yeah, so you need scores.
Yeah,
because you're gonna get open looks with Luka.
Yeah.
So, and what's gonna happen with Tim Hardaway? Is he still under contract?
That I'm not sure about. I would guess so. And I would also expect them to get more out of Dinwiddie next season too. He said he was still getting healthy from his injury. I'm going to take him at his word on that because he got better as the season went on. And in their last game, I think he had 28. So that combo could be strong next season. And you put the Ayton and Brunson question into Dallas's scenario, and I couldn't agree more. I think if you add Ayton to that mix with Luka, like he needs a point guard, like a distributor type. And Luka, even though he is a scorer, he can be that. He needs like a Chris Paul type for him to be effective. His game is
for who to be effective.
Ayton.
And yeah.
He
needs someone to feed him the ball.
Yeah, so that'd be a good.
He's not a one-on-one player. Like
right.
He gets in position and then like.
Yeah, so that'd be a good deal for them to look at there as far as free agency. Got to do something. I'm sure they'll have some money to spend because I think Luka would be. I think Luka has signed his max deal. If he hasn't, he'll be doing that this offseason.
Luka is a generational talent. So whenever you have someone like that, you just need to spend.
Take my money.
Try to get all good players that could play alongside him because that's your window of opportunity.
He's in my top two right now. Yeah. As Luka and Giannis.
Yeah, he's that good. Like he's like close to 7 foot, but could dribble and like can shoot, like and can facilitate.
Yeah, it's Luka and Giannis, and I'm not sure who's one and who's two, but them two are the top two. Like, if I'm building a team right now, that's where I'm starting. All right, this is Dale from the Talking Hats Show 2.0. I want to thank my special guest, David Lee. Again, you can find him on Twitter at Methodical Picks. It's methodical, the E's a 3, so M3, so on and so forth. Go ahead and look him up there for your sports betting information. Get some picks out there and make some money. His picks are free, so go ahead and support him there. Thank you for listening to the show. Please like, follow, subscribe, and support. If you need any support, you want to grow your channels together, hit me up on Twitter at The Talking Hats or at DC2 Aurora for my personal Twitter. Just drop your links in my DMs or even tweet it to me, and I'll retweet and get the information out there for you too. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back next week with some more sports action or whatever we might get into. You never know. Never know where the show might go. Well, thank you all for joining us. Peace out.